everybody. A very good afternoon. This is me, Jasleen Kapani. Forget what I do, forget my designation, forget my position, forget my work. This post is on a Sunday, devoid of work or anything else. So whether you work, whether you're a homemaker, whether you're a entrepreneur, whether you're a politician, whether you're a NGO runner, whether you work in a professional firm, all of that is okay as long as you're in the circle. But one thing, or one, there's one relationship which is beyond all of this, and that's friendship. Okay, so we've been hearing, or because we are part of the work circles and stuff, so there are a lot of shares around relationships and associations and hard work and smart work and networking and how to stay motivated, the power of connection, collaborations, associations and stuff. But there is one, we don't talk much about this, friendship. I mean, at least in the work forums I see, we don't talk about friendships. Of course, on political level or bilateral or trade and everything, we do talk about countries as friends and stuff. But on a light, this is on everyday notice, friendships that keep you going good and last with you, and there's always fun, adventure and great times around this. So very important to know if the people around you or your relationships are keepers or not, with green flags and red flags. Okay, so I'll give you a few pointers, because also Gen Z has an important role to play now with the change happening and stuff, and Gen Z thinks differently, sees things differently. I don't know why we are dividing people, because you go to a park and you talk and mother's already saying these are Gen Z now, so things are different and stuff. So it's like, we build this wall between us and stuff, or we are accepting a little too much rather than just being a part and parcel of relationships and stuff. Why divide, right? So is your good friend is your friend a good friend or a keeper? How do you do this? So shared interests might have a way of turning things to friendship, and shared interests may also have turning strangers into friends. But what is the true quality which keeps really people together and as friends? So this is a psychiatrist who's written this, and I totally believe in this. So she or he has shared in the Gateway of Healing that there are certain signs of healthy relationships. So the first is they show up without being asked. So the good friend is someone who's sometimes on your door, not invited, but will just show up. You don't expect a call, but you'll get a call. You don't you don't expect an email, but you get a mail or a message. And the psychiatrist, also she's a she says noticing when something is off and showing up without being asked is definitely a green flag, right? So they disagree without being personal. A friendship does not have to survive only on agreements. Yes, people, yeah, I totally believe you, I agree with you, just to keep the relationship or the momentum going or the relationship going there in a yes mode definitely doesn't work. You have to have slight disagreements and differences of opinion and stuff, and the ability to disagree. This is without upsetting the relationship, or without really holding it against you, or any ego or any differences, or being cold towards each other, is a great sign of lasting bond. So they definitely celebrate your wins. Happiness is multiplied when someone else is celebrating your success, and this is the most important characteristic, or the most outstanding point of a person's character, that they are happy for your success and stuff like that. This is something which I really kind of agree with. They remember the little details. I met a friend of mine yesterday at the golf club, an example, and he remembers something which I told him in the year probably 2010 or 2007 around my health and stuff. And he still remembers it. And mind you, this is in spite of not meeting up regularly. He's married, he's got children, he's in his life and stuff, and he's in his tournaments and all, but he remembers that one thing